Hello and welcome to this week's episode of CBTV. Now here's a sentence I thought I'd never say. Get Up agrees with Tony Abbott. Now just let that sink in for a moment. What could these two possibly have in common? What could bring the lefty activist group and the leader of Australia's biggest conservative party to actually share a point of view? Well, the answer is media regulation, or censorship of free speech if we want to be frank. The Labor government is seeking to limit free speech through a range of reforms, including a media regulator called the News Media Council and imposing a public interest test for media ownership. And in typical Labor fashion, their ministers dress up these censorship by stealth moves as ensuring strong regulatory processes for the media. Give me a break. Does the government really think that Australians will swallow that spin? We all know the real reason for this latest move is that Labor and the Greens cannot hack the criticism they're copying for their failed policies and dud programs. But that's part of the beauty of free speech. Through open debate, poor performance can be exposed in an effort to correct mistakes and get things back on track. But instead of taking it on the chin and examining why they're drawing so much condemnation, Labor and the Greens revert to name-calling and drastic legislative action to shut down debate. As Tony Abbott put it yesterday, the constant struggle to survive has brought out the government's authoritarian streak. Now, free speech is a fundamental element of our democracy. When we see it being eroded through overzealous regulation and political correctness, it means we must fight harder than ever to defend everyone's right to express their opinion. Now, you will know that this is something that I've been talking about for a long time. It was a point I raised with my party room at the time of Andrew Bolt's court case. And while there wasn't a great deal of awareness of it at the time, the push for free speech has since gained momentum. The Coalition has vowed to repeal Section 18C of the Racial Discrimination Act, which prohibits offensive comments. This is no endorsement at all of insulting or intimidating behaviour, but as Tony Abbott said, a hurt feelings test is impossible to comply with while maintaining the fearless pursuit of truth, which should be the hallmark of a society such as ours. Hear, hear. A healthy democracy relies on its government to promote free speech and encourage more people to join in the debate. But our government wants to do exactly the opposite. That's why we need an election. This is Cory Bernardi. You're watching CBTV.